going to take some getting used to. But what's up, boys?
What up?
So what we haven't been really good at is introductions. So me, I'm James, and Joe would be on the right side of your screen. Well, he's on my right
What's
side.
up? What's up? What's up?
We are available on everything for free: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever you want to, whatever you listening to. We're there.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, 5 stars.
5 stars.
If you like, subscribe, and rate 5 stars, and send a screenshot to the Instagrams, I'll put you in a drawing for a jersey by the end of the season.
Does this mean I gotta check Instagram?
This means I got to get Instagram.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I'll get one. I'll
right.
call it Jimmy Hot Takes. Also, 100 subscribers on YouTube means Joe becomes a Browns fan for a podcast and I a Commanders fan. So,
hey, I'll be less depressed then probably.
Probably. The Browns look pretty good. I mean, yeah, the Browns look pretty good. Pretty good. So, I guess, how was your week, Joe?
It was very uneventful.
It was a week.
To be honest.
Gotta love those weeks.
I got to work with 2 minutes before clock-in time today. It was fun.
Look at you trying to be me.
I'm usually there like 20 minutes early.
If late was on time, you're looking at him. So we had some exciting things happening over week 6, including the Dolphins. They won 3 times on Sunday. 3. Probably asking yourself how. They won 1 game. Well, first off, they were losing 14-0, right? And then they won, 42-21 was the final? 40. They just blew them out. But they won 3 times because the undefeated 49ers lost and the undefeated Eagles also lost. So the 72 Dolphins popped some champagne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we have no more unbeatens. So golf clap for the Dolphins. You won 3 times in 1 week. That's a good week.
No more
that
unbeatens,
is a good
but
week.
We do have what?
We have a winless team, which we'll talk about a little bit later. We'll talk how you feeling about the Broncos, Joe? I already know the answer, but I just like to hear it.
Very upset because a lot of the stuff I'm seeing is people are saying like the defense played well. The defense, like they've held red zone offenses to 1 for 10 of their last 10. They completely shut the Jets out. Chiefs only got 1.
Cool. Have they played the Cowboys? That feels like a Cowboy stat. 1 for 10 in the red zone.
Cool. But if you watch that game, the Chiefs were clowning them.
Oh yeah,
like
practice.
Like people are saying, like the trick plays didn't work. Cool, the trick plays did not work, but the Chiefs saw such a little threat that they were running trick plays when they were barely up.
Knew that they wouldn't work too. Like they weren't even good trick plays.
It was straight up disrespectful, and I don't feel good about it at all. It drives me nuts.
We only lost by what was it, like 9? Was it 9?
11, I think.
It was closer than it was under the spread. The Broncos covered, but it's because the Chiefs were moving off.
It was above the spread because it was 10.5. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, but it's like, yeah, no, the Chiefs were clowning them. It was a clowning.
The defense looked better than the first 4 weeks, if you want to say that, but the first 4 weeks were absolutely horrendous and the worst football I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
So that's not really a step forward. That's just a step back to reality, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's
Like Zach Wilson owned you guys. Like, sure, he didn't own you in the red zone, but he owned you guys. Broncos have me upset. Trade everybody except Pat, Jaleel, and Mims, and Quinn Miners. Quinn Miners. Anytime Chris Jones was matched up against him, he honestly did real solid. Like Chris Jones got past him once, but other than that, nothing. So
I lost my train of thought. What I was gonna say. I was gonna say words, and then I didn't. It's gone. I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
Broncos depress me.
Yeah. Let's. I mean, I could just say how I feel about the Cowboys. I kind of already talked about it today. I made a video about it.
Yeah, we've seen a bunch of your stuff about it.
You're welcome. So I mean, I'm very vocal. Very vocal. The only person that played good in the Cowboys game, in my opinion, was Dak. Everything was improv. The defense, too many penalties. The offense, too many penalties. The only positive thing that I liked is Dak was using his legs, and that's when the Cowboys looked the scariest.
It sounds like the first 3 weeks of the Broncos, where Russell Wilson looked like the only non-problem.
Yeah, so hopefully the rest of the team, hopefully Dak can continue playing like this, and we can move forward. They got a bye week. They can give me Schottenheimer calling calls. I don't want the Mike McCarthy experience in between the 20s, the 20 to the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is we don't really have a big threat. I mean, we had Dalton Schultz last year. We had Zeke for those short distance because the run game is non-existent. So I don't know. Maybe trade, maybe a Derrick Henry.
You guys want Javonte?
30-year-old Derrick Henry for a 1-year rental.
I mean, if Super Bowl aspirations are the thing, yeah. If
it's the Cowboys, Super Bowl aspirations are everything.
Are they really though? The front office has not shown me that. Cowboys fans have shown me that, but front office wise has not shown me that.
No, Jerry's Super Bowl is that Forbes list.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Hey, if they make a move like that, then
if he truly wanted that, he would have brought back in Tony when Dak was a rookie.
Yeah, you're right.
He don't care about the Super Bowls.
No, he just wants the money. But yeah. So we talked to briefly Niners. Lost Trent Williams for a little bit. He was able to come back. Lost CMC. Lost Debo. Debo was banged up against the Cowboys, so he was kind of battling.
Debo's play style. Debo's always going to be banged up.
Purdy looked all right.
Game manager.
Like he already is.
Yeah, he was fine.
It's just you take away some of your Pro Bowlers and you look a little bit more human. They did get in a position to win.
I think the biggest problem with the Niners is the strength of their defense is absolutely their pressure, and they weren't getting the pressure because they were going up against a solid O-line, a really good O-line, and that showed that their secondary is their weak point. Like their secondary has looked good and has been good on paper, but I think it's more of a product of that their pass rush is next level. I worry that like against the really good teams, it'll show again. Like they will be able to be passed on.
Or rushed on. I feel like their offensive line didn't hold up well. The Browns' defensive line is very good too.
Yeah, that they're missing McGlinchey, but also McGlinchey's not playing well for the Broncos, so I really don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know. They got some, like, they showed some, chinks in the armor, but I still think they're a really good team.
Oh yeah, they were in position to win and missed a field goal. Like, it happens. Like 41-yard field goal should be a make.
Yeah.
Like it's just a little bit to the right. I mean, sometimes the coin doesn't flip the right way, so to speak.
Why are you throwing shade at Bills fans?
Hashtag no shade. Which, by the way, they probably should have lost to the Giants.
Probably.
Just throwing that out there. I don't know. The to me, terrible segue, but it's fine. To me, the Cowboys whooping up on the Jets in week 2 is looking a lot better right now. No team has beaten them by more than one score.
That was also, though, like, Zach's first start of the season. Like,
that's fine. The defense was healthy.
Also, the Broncos have been the get right game of everybody. Just pay attention. Just
wait. Do the Cowboys play the Broncos this year?
No. The Vikings do.
Soon, because they really need to turn around right now.
Yeah.
Like if they play in week 10, that's not going to matter. It needs to be like tomorrow.
Yeah. They like hell. Justin Fields had his first ever 300-yard passing game against the Broncos. Everybody looks better, and they get their mojo, and they're good.
What's funny is I saw the Fields thing, like the pod we did right before that game, and you're like, Fields can't throw, but he can run.
Yeah, that's what worried me there.
Then he torched you guys. And then he still won.
Yeah.
If he was running, they would have ticked more time off the clock. Just saying.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But you did mention the Giants-Bills game. I will say, I love Josh Allen going up and backing up his guy. Like, I've seen that on TikTok, and I'm like, I'm here for it. I love it.
Oh,
usually it's everybody else is backing up the quarterback. Like,
no,
Stafford going after the guy that hit Cup. Like,
yeah, you got to back up.
If the quarterback is willing to go in and start throwing shots, I'm here for it, and I love it.
Yeah, you got to back up. You got to back up your boys. That's like the epitome of this podcast. You got to back up the boys.
Yeah, I just you usually don't see the quarterback going and getting in a pushing, shoving match.
I love it too. I love it. I don't know. You probably heard this song. I heard a song for the first time. I didn't realize. I had never heard this song. It's by Bowling Pursuit. Yeah, right. BFFF. If you haven't heard it, you can listen to it.
How new is it?
I couldn't tell you. It was on my shuffle, like on the random internet shuffle thing for Pandora.
Huh.
But no, it popped up, and I was like, I'll listen to it. And it's like basically like a guy. He's like saying we're best friends, so close that people say we're gay, but not like there's not anything wrong with that type thing. So something similar to that, something like that. But kind of a blindside, kind of not, because I kind of told you about it. But we talked about the 2 winless teams losing, or the 2 undefeated teams losing, because I mentioned the Jets. And actually, we didn't talk about that on air. The Eagles' offense doesn't look good.
Their line looks like it's struggling.
I mean, it doesn't help when you lose one of your best linemen too, in terms of Lane Johnson.
Yeah, but I think there's more there. I think like Samalu might have been another key piece.
Maybe, yeah.
They like Kelsey looks good.
Of course, he's the epitome of the tush push.
Goddard hasn't looked great, I would say. Like he's looked okay, but
he's had the one really good game.
Swift has looked solid. Defense looks like it's getting back together-ish.
The secondary is still kind of suspect, but yeah, I agree.
I just think they're going through a lot of growing pains, losing both coordinators,
Yeah, and they also did just sign Julio Jones. I don't know if you saw that. Old and busted Julio Jones.
He's not going to do anything.
He's going to do what he did every year for every team after he left the Falcons. Play a game or two, have a really amazing, crazy catch, and then sit out the rest of the season. Like, what evidence do we have that shows anything different?
I don't know.
Like they talked about, he was a teammate with AJ Brown on the Titans. Like for what? How many games? 6.
Yeah, sure. They need another wide receiver, I think, but like, I don't know how much they can do with it, if that makes sense.
Well, he's going to be like the number 3, so he's not going to be like a guy to like. So maybe he definitely is a red zone threat, if anything. But
yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know. He doesn't have that speed that he used to.
No, he doesn't have the athleticism that he used to.
Same. Well, that's fair. Okay, so now that we've talked about these teams,
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the winless team. So I have the schedule pulled up in front of me. I don't know if you have it pulled up in front of you. But
I got it on a different tab here, yeah.
Play a little game called Where's the Win? Where do the Carolina Panthers get their first win? Which for a second there, minuscule second, 14-0 at the end of the first against the Dolphins. I was like, ooh, if the Panthers pull this off, this podcast is going to be really fun.
The Dolphins are the epitome of a basketball team, of a 3-point shooting basketball team. Once they get hot, they're rolling.
No lead is safe. No lead is safe.
My God. All of a sudden it was wild.
As a Broncos fan, were you hoping that like they started the game like that? Because then they probably would have got to 70 again.
Listen. I work with a Chiefs fan, and I had to say, you know what? At least you didn't put 70 on us.
That's fair. That's fair. And I hope that they turn around and said, you realize we were running fake punts with the backup punter.
It was horrendous. It was so bad.
Well, it's not a good day to be a Broncos fan.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay, Joe. Go Brocs.
Go Brocs. Bronx.
So let's find the Panthers' first win this week coming up. They play they have a bye week.
This week is bye week.
Bye week this week, and then next week. So coming off the bye, they're playing what could be a 4-3 team, Texans. They could also be 3-4. So they're playing the Texans.
Yes.
I don't know. I like the Texans. I think the Texans can win this game. I think
the Texans can win this game, but I also think like the Panthers could win it. Like I think I would give it like a 56-44, like 56 to the Texans, 44 to the Panthers. Like I could see the Panthers winning it. It's just I wouldn't say it's likely.
That's a fair point. A bye week isn't a loss, so it's a win.
No, that's a tie.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to be 0-6-1.
Yep, that's a tie. They did not get a win. They did not beat another team.
Yeah, but they didn't lose. They pulled the Steelers. They didn't lose. So I think the Texans get this win. So I think they're going to go to 0-7. It could, in theory, go either way. The Colts is intriguing. That's the following week. Anthony Richardson out for the season. So Minshew Mania is alive and well in Indianapolis. We've had this Gardner Minshew experience before. He'll come in. He'll look really good for a couple of games, but there's also
Okay,
he have a stinker?
but my real question is, what is wrong with the Panthers? Like, they're not like a super bad team.
I
Like
mean, they're
Thielen's going off. Like the
yeah.
weak point of the Panthers is wide receiver, but Thielen's been freaking awesome.
Imagine if they had a true number one like DJ Moore.
Then they wouldn't have their quarterback. So, um,
I think they could have. I think they could have gotten that number one pick without getting rid of DJ Moore because they gave them their other number one pick and a lot of other more picks. So I feel like they could have.
nah, moving up from 9-1, they needed to get more than that. Um,
Well, it doesn't matter because now the Bears have number one, number two overall pick right now.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is because Bryce hasn't looked horrible.
He's been banged up too, so
Yeah.
I thought they were going to win a game with Andy Dalton at quarterback.
The offensive line isn't god awful. It's not great by any means, but it's not god awful. Hayden Hurst, he's been fine at tight end.
He was really good with Dalton. He was like the security blanket for Dalton.
That defense, like I like Brian Burns, I like Lufu, I like what is it, Shaq Thompson,
Yeah,
Horn. Like
I think Horn's been banged up a little bit.
Yeah, he has.
But it happens. Like everyone's banged up. I mean, we're a third of the way through the season.
I might have to sneeze.
Uh-oh. Bless you.
I said I might, and then I did.
Don't touch your nose, Joe.
Well, I started touching my nose because I felt it coming.
Okay. So
probably all that spray for the welder.
Back for the one of the Panthers are going to win. You think if they don't win against Houston, do you think they beat the Colts?
No, I think the Colts are the better team.
Okay. So those are both at home. Then they're going to travel to Chicago.
And this is where a win is.
Do you think this is the win? If they don't win the Texans, this is it right here.
I don't think the Bears win another game all season.
Oh, so you think the Bears keep the number one and number two pick?
No.
Do you think the Panthers win more?
I don't think the Broncos win another game all season. So, yeah.
Do they play each other?
No.
I don't know the tiebreakers. So. I don't know the tiebreakers, but
I think the Panthers will win too. But I think this is where it ends. The Bears, I don't think the Bears should have won a game. Like, that Bears team is. Did you see the block? The block.
The which one?
The center. He blocked the right guard.
I don't
Big
know.
Cat like tweeted it.
No, I didn't see that. No.
The center and the guard didn't know who to block, and the center just turned and put his hands on the
they
right
blocked
guard.
each other.
Yeah. It is so bad.
I might have to look at that.
Bad.
I might have to look at that. That's pretty funny. I think the Bears can win this game. And if they do win this game, I don't know. Do the Bears want to win this game? I think the Bears should take this game and hope the Broncos win another game. If you were the Bears, if you were not 100% sure on Justin Fields, like if you're not locked in, would you consider trading him, get something back for him now, and then tank for Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Who's trading for Justin Fields right now?
I don't know. Anybody?
What are you trading for him?
I don't know.
What did the Cowboys trade for Trey Lance?
Third, fourth rounder, fifth rounder, something like that. A day three pick.
At least with Trey Lance, there's still the unknown. That's all I'm going to say.
Sure. So then would you just move on from him? He's on a rookie contract. It's not going to take much.
I'd keep him as a backup.
So would you go after Williams and Harrison Jr., assuming that they keep the number one, number two pick? Because that's exactly what I would do.
I would not. I would go Williams, and I would shore up that offensive line. There's a tackle, I think, from Notre Dame.
Speaking of Notre Dame, just beat Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
badly.
There's a pretty high tackle prospect. I would go with the tackle prospect and Caleb Williams, just from a team building perspective. I don't think they're bad at wide receiver. I just think they have an inept play caller, and terrible offensive line.
I'm not calling Caleb Williams Joe Burrow by any means, but the Bengals went Jamar Chase instead of offensive line. And then they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but it's also not sustainable.
No, I agree. I'm just like, if you're trying for like an all in type thing, we'll see. But so you have them winning the Bears for sure.
Yeah, that is where I have the first like win. I think they honestly, I think they win that game and then they win a division game.
Okay,
because they played the Saints really close.
Mm-hmm.
I think they win one of those division games, like whether it be the Bucs, Saints, or Falcons. I think they beat one of those teams.
I think I didn't want to be boring, but looking at the rest of their schedule, I feel like the Bears game is kind of like the one you circle.
But I think it'd be the Bears game and the next game
the Texans
would be like the two, because
coming off the bye week could really help for sure.
It's coming off the bye.
Yeah,
it's still another young team.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Reich is the more experienced coach, and I don't think he's a bad coach by any means. I don't know what the problem is with the Panthers. I genuinely have no idea.
He's also forfeiting play calling too, if you didn't know that.
I didn't. I think they could win this one. I think it'll be a close game. It's just will they have the little mistakes that they've been having, which will cause them to lose.
I could see it being the Texans game. I think the Bears game is like the one I would say if I had to bet on it, I would say that one. But the one after the Bears game is the Cowboys, and it looks like the Bears game is on a Thursday night. And then so the Cowboys game is 10 days later, so it's basically like a mini bye.
Yeah.
So that kind of worries me because that's definitely for me, especially the Cowboys like are 7-2, 8-2 at that point. that's a good letdown spot, like the Cardinals game, because Dallas is good for 2 of those games.
Most teams are good for one of them. That's what I was telling Shaylee during the Dolphins game. I was like, who do they have next week? I was like, could they be looking ahead?
Yeah. Then, they play the Eagles next week. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, they could have been. And then they're like, wait a minute, let's beat this team real quick.
Yeah. Hold up, let's go on a run.
They had a first quarter adjustment, not a first half. They had a first quarter adjustment. Like, yeah, we got to score points to win.
They wanted to save their ace for next game.
Yeah.
Their starting pitcher got shelled in the first inning, but then they realized, oh hey, we'll just still win this game.
Yeah, we still have Tyreek. If I don't pick a divisional game, I think the next game that I see them winning would be the Packers, which is Christmas Eve. So way. I mean, they have the Titans on the schedule too. So there's definitely some chances. I don't think they're going to go winless, but
no, I think they're too good of a team. Like,
if they do go winless,
I'm trying to think of like other than free safety and CB1. I don't know if there's a position group I'd take the Broncos over the Panthers. That's why I genuinely don't understand. I'd take Patrick Surtain over Horn, and I'd take Simmons over whoever their free safety is.
Well, I could be off a little bit, but I'm pretty sure the 2 winless teams, the 0-16 Lions and the Browns, like they had like a chunk of games in there that were within 1 score.
Yeah,
and they were good. They weren't like they weren't. It's not like they weren't scoring points. They just weren't winning games. It is what it is. If they played the Vikings though, I would say start Andy Dalton because Andy Dalton owns the Vikings.
Red
I should
Rocket.
say ginger quarterbacks own the Vikings.
Red Rockets.
So I wanted to try something a little different this week because I like to address the comments. I know you do too.
Oh yeah, I've been fighting it the entire time.
Yeah, so let's address some comments, a little bit of time. So if you have any questions or fun stuff you want to talk about, we'll address them. So let's go. Nobody cares about the 72 Fens.
I mean, they're still the only undefeated team.
No, they lost in 72 in that Super Bowl to the Cowboys. And then they won the Super Bowl in 73. So they did lose in 72.
Not that season.
Still lost in 72.
But not that season. You know how we talk about it.
I know.
But I don't know.
Hi, Bradley.
What's up, Bradley?
Yes, CMC getting hurt is no fun.
I cried a little bit inside.
I wanted to flex when I saw this comment. Look at these two absolute units.
Part of small chub club. How dare?
I'm looking forward to this game, Christmas Eve. It'll be a great Christmas present for me.
Is Diggs back?
Doesn't matter. Like even as Diggs was back, their Cowboy safeties are absolutely atrocious in the past.
I mean, hey, Micah Parsons beat him in a race. Just put Micah on him.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. This comment says you're dating Bradley now, or you should, so you guys can talk about Joshy.
No. She's just upset that I love Joshy.
Oh, that's fine. I don't know what message you're talking about, but it wasn't deleted.
I don't know how to delete messages.
Yes, I am your father. You know this to be true. Yes, Joe's still a Broncos fan.
Oh, that wasn't the one that I was like ready to.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, it really does. It really does. Third longest streak in NFL history. It's not fun. 16 times in a row, not fun.
Imagine never beating Mahomes.
The streak started before Mahomes.
I know.
The streak started to Alex Smith.
It's sad to see that you have not yet converted Joe to being a Fins fan. Joe, how's that going? Is she close?
She's got it close between my second place teams now.
You're gonna get Phillips' jersey?
No.
Go Brocs.
I think if I were to get a Dolphins jersey, it would 100% be Zach Thomas, because that is like Zach Thomas is the reason like they are my second to third favorite team. Same as like it is because of Patrick Willis that my second to third favorite team is the Niners.
Bryce, you thought Bryce Young was going to win Rookie of the Year. I picked Bijan, but it's got to be Stroud right now. Like no, maybe Puka, but most likely it's Stroud.
I thought it was going to be Bijan.
Joe,
Those
you get a bat
quarterbacks
in
are
the
cave. That was after I sneezed, and I was just like, I don't. So I've actually like been hand welding today, and I had to like spray it with this anti-splatter, and like that stuff just goes in your nose, and it's just like my nose itches. Like I'm gonna
Ooh,
keep sneezing.
this is interesting. Saw top 10 team list through week 6. They had the Dolphins at 8.
That's just wrong.
I mean, what's the context though?
It don't matter. They're higher than 8.
I mean, if they're
With how they're
if
playing, right now, they're higher than 8.
I mean, yeah, they got it, but like, I'm just curious the context.
Like you could put if you put realistically, like Patty Mahomes and the Kansas City offense will bounce back because the offense hasn't looked great.
Yeah,
If you go with like that offense will bounce back, like cool. There's still probably only 4 teams ahead of them.
they did just
Even
bring
if you
back
put the
McCole
Chiefs,
Hardman.
like Chiefs, Niners.
Lions.
Would you put the Lions above? I wouldn't.
I was just naming top 8 teams.
Like Eagles because they made it to the Super Bowl last year.
Last year doesn't matter. You know that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like
Yeah.
I like feasibly like who could you see up above them? I don't know.
I don't even know if I would say the Niners because I don't think they can't cover. They might be able to get pressure on Tua, but they wouldn't be able to cover those receivers.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody can cover those receivers.
You're going to need a good safety as well.
Yeah,
I think that's wild though. I think they should definitely be higher than 8. But I'm just curious on the context.
I don't know that the no fly zone could cover him, but I think the no fly zone's pass rush could have gotten to Tua.
And can't wait for the Vikings to get absolutely eviscerated on Monday night. Who do the Vikings even play?
All right. So she sent it to me.
Bro, I want to see the Vikings play on Monday night, see if I agree. Oh, the 49ers? No, they're going to find a way to win. No, they won't.
No, it's prime time.
It's primetime, Kirk. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
what the?
Oh, Joe sees the list. Let's see it. So this will be a blind side to both of us.
Okay. At 1 is the Niners. 2 is Chiefs. Like I understand putting the Chiefs up there, trusting that they'll bounce back. The defense looked phenomenal. Cool. I'm fine with it.
Did you know that this year actually the Chiefs' point differential is actually the best they've been in the Mahomes era?
Yeah, because that defense is awesome.
So yeah, that's probably why they're so high, is because while like the offense isn't amazing, it's still Mahomes.
The Ravens, I can see it, but I also see flaws in that team.
Wait, they're at 3?
The Ravens, yeah. I see flaws, a lot of them, but they have them at 3. Also, this is the herd, so.
Oh, it's Colin Cowherd.
Yeah.
I have a bone to pick with him. Did you see the video I posted?
No. 4 is Detroit. Detroit, I'm like, sure, but like I wouldn't take Detroit over the Dolphins. 5 is Eagles.
Uh-huh.
6 is the one I have a big problem with. No.
Oh.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, no, I have a huge problem with that.
7, Bills. I mean, regular season. Are we talking regular season? Yeah, probably.
Technically, you have to say that. The Bills did destroy the Dolphins.
Yeah. Like, it's regular season wise. Yeah, Bills. Like, they're the regular season team. And then 8 is Dolphins. 9. Cincinnati Bengals.
I hate that so much.
And then 10 is your Dallas Cowboys.
The Bengals are too high.
Absolutely. The Bengals are too high. The Jags are too high. Ravens are too high. Lions, I would say they're too high, but that's because
I don't mind the Lions. What are they, 4?
Yeah.
I don't mind them in the top 5 through 6 weeks. They're 4-2. Or no, they're 4-1. They had a bye week.
Maybe.
I mean, they're on a 4-game win. Who'd they lose to? They lost to Seattle. No, I don't mind it. I don't mind the Lions in the top 5.
I mind them being above the Dolphins and the Cowboys.
The Dolphins should definitely be up there. The Chiefs,
I think those two teams are pretty easily better than the Lions.
Let's yank the Ravens out of there. Throw the Dolphins at 3. I guess you can't put Cowboys at 4.
I wouldn't put the Cowboys above the Eagles.
But I wouldn't put the Eagles at 4 either. If we're just going based off of this season so far,
I mean, they were the last undefeated team.
by default, because they played the last game.
But they were the last undefeated team.
Yeah, but they haven't looked like an undefeated team.
They haven't, but
like the Niners looked like an undefeated team.
You can only play the teams put in front of you.
Agreed. I'm not saying their schedule was easy. I'm saying they didn't look good.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I would put them I would probably put them at 3, put the Dolphins at 4.
I don't know. Which loss do you think was worse? The loss to the Bills or the loss to the Jets? I think the Dolphins have established more dominance than the Eagles have this year.
I'm just going based off of talent.
That's fair.
Talent and that they're playing well together.
I'm fine with that. I think I would take based on how they're playing as a unit, I think I would take the Lions over the Cowboys at this very moment.
Yeah, I think the Lions are hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard right now. I like the Lions, they're a good team, but by no means do I put them up there with these teams as far as talent goes. I like Amon-Ra is next level. I love Amon-Ra. Sam Laporta, he's looked awesome. Everyone else on that offense that are skill position players, I don't know that I trust any of them.
Montgomery was really good till he got banged up.
But is Montgomery really good, or is that offensive line really good?
It's how they work together, Joe.
The offensive line is really good.
Oh, we'll see. We get to see Gibbs finally.
I don't know that we do. I have him in Dynasty, and the fact that they aren't using him at all is making me very upset.
I just want to address this comment. I have the stickers on all my hats. Oh, I guess I don't on this one, so I literally just lied to you. It's okay. I forgive me. So. Oh, yeah. I know you were talking about the Lions hat, Bradley. Appreciate it. Fraud. I don't know if that's fraudulent. I mean, it definitely makes me a liar. So, yeah, I kind of like this format better. But we'll just jump on questions all at once and move forward. Just because you forgave the lie, fins up.
Fins the fuck up. Are you going to throw up? Or
a little bit.
Just from saying that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe 2 at times.
Oh.
All right. I already talked about a little bit. Injuries suck. Anthony Richardson out for the season. Trevor Lawrence is banged up with his knee. CMC, we talked about, obviously Chubb, Debo, Trent Williams, Lane Johnson. It just sucks to see. I want a week where we don't have to talk about this.
Yeah.
It's every week. It's somebody every week. It sucks.
I don't know that it's going to get better either.
Plus, we had the Travis Kelce scare 2 weeks ago where he slipped on the turf.
Yeah. I don't know. Injuries are always going to be a thing in the NFL. I just would I'd like another bye. That's what I would like.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'd like 2 buys. But
if they did that, they'll add an extra game too. They'll make it a 20-week season, which I'm fine with. 18-game season, 2 buys. Let's do it. You heard it here first.
I'd like to see an extra bye, get players a chance for a little bit more rest.
Remember where you were on October 18th at 9:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we decided to go 20-week season, 2 buys.
Yeah, because their thought was like, we'll give them the bye in the preseason, right? No, the real players didn't play that final game anyways.
Real players didn't really play anyways.
What do you mean?
What do you mean they played? They like if they played like a series
Yeah,
in one of the games.
yeah, they like you need more downtime in the middle of the season.
Yeah, you need like a maybe 6 games, or you obviously you can't perfect it, but you can maybe do like a bye week and then like 6 weeks after your initial bye week, or maybe 7 weeks, another bye.
I also think a major problem is like we shouldn't have Thursday night football. Like I love Thursday night football. Don't get me wrong, more football the better, but we really shouldn't have that either.
I'm fine with Thursday night football, because they do kind of get a mini bye after it.
Yeah, but they get a shortened week before it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't. I think we probably should go away from it with how much money is in this, but that's they want to make the money.
If they had it their way, they would play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, that's what they do at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Like if it's a Christmas Eve, they'll play Saturday, they'll play Sunday.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to see football though.
Yeah, I love football. It's
I just feel like they shouldn't have shitty games on.
They need to have a better way of freaking watching your team though.
If you're gonna rig the NFL, rig Thursdays. We don't need any more 9 to 12 losses.
If you're gonna rig the NFL, at least let us watch our teams.
Yeah, right. That's honestly that's what they should do. Like if you have NFL mobile, for instance, and you select your favorite team, even if it's out of your area, you should be able to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm lucky because I'm a Cowboys fan, so they're like always on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But some people aren't. So there's Vikings fans in Florida that don't get to watch the Vikings because they're gonna watch the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Buccaneers, or
the only times I get to watch the Broncos is when I know they're going to get throttled.
or when they play the Vikings.
When I know they're going to get throttled, I can watch them.
When they're playing one of the best teams in the league.
Exactly. That's the only time I can watch them. I can't watch them when I'm like, yay, we actually have a chance. Nope.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is no, last year they had a lot of primetime games and they were garbage.
You're right.
This year they're like, yeah. This year they did it with the Giants. They gave the Giants a lot of primetime games.
Throttled.
Yeah. It is what it is. Injuries suck. 20-game season, 2 buys. Minimize Thursday night. You cannot get rid of the Thanksgiving Day games.
No.
I personally don't mind Thursday night games. I know but like it is a quick turnaround, but it's also a 10-day in between the next. So what about no, that wouldn't make sense. I was gonna say a Thursday night game they get to play on Monday, but then you would have the same exact game. By that instant, by logic, we should get rid of Monday night games.
I feel like 6 to 7 is loud. It is broader.
Or Thursday night games, you get the bye right after that. So you get the days off and then the bye.
Yeah.
That would work. That's a long time to not watch your team play. We're not perfect. So just because I wanted to debut this and no other reason at all, because I do not have any breaking news. Do you have any breaking news? Does anybody have any breaking news?
If
you have it, hold it. Huh?
Twan's getting married.
Okay, we'll do that. I just wanted to unveil this. I worked hard on this, so enjoy. And the breaking news is Twan's getting married.
Week and a half.
And my birthday is next Wednesday.
It is. You're going to be so old. Genuine question. How many jerseys do you have of people that are younger than you?
2. Oh, no, I lied. 3. 3 now. Yes, 3. I have Simi Fihoko, Ezekiel Elliott, and CeeDee Lamb. Or not CeeDee Lamb. I'm stupid. Leighton Vander Esch.
I have 1.
PS2.
Nope. Justin Simmons.
Justin Simmons.
He was born the same year as me.
Wait, how old is Des Bryant? I feel like he's close to me because I'm pretty sure
he's got to be close to you.
He's got to be pretty close.
And man's retired.
He's got to be pretty close. I'm pretty sure he was at OSU when I was in college.
How fast will it be for me to find his birth date?
Just type in Des Bryant. Is Google new to you?
On here I have freaking Edge or whatever. Edge is weird. 88.
He's not 88 years old, bro. Oh, he was born in 88.
88.
So I ironically wore 88, so he's 2 years older. Okay, that's fine. 35. It's my sister's age. I mean, shut up, Joe. Baseball sucks and is boring because the
countdown to the draft lottery. Could we get the highest Cardinals pick of all time?
The Rangers and the Phillies have not yet lost. So honestly, let's root for chaos. Phillies, Rangers, just so the Phillies can lose to another Texas team back-to-back seasons. The Philly fans will be fine. They like second place. Besides, more second place finishes for the Phillies is just hilarious.
It's rude.
It's still funny. I mean, I'll bask in it all day long. All day long. I guess the only thing.
The breaking news. I just want to put this up because of the breaking news.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Just confirming the breaking news.
Also, I hoped you liked the little video for
the breaking news for your wedding.
For those of you listening and not watching, the YouTube had a little video that was with the sound. So come catch that. I guess the only thing really to talk about. I mean, we don't really need to talk about hockey right now.
Nah, it's still the beginning of the season.
It just started. Go Lightning.
Let's go Avs. Give me something to be happy about.
Yeah. Colorado fans are down bad.
Colorado fans that are not fans of the Nuggets are down bad.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe that's what this is. Balancing out. The Nuggets win the championship. They're like, you know what? Broncos, everyone's got to get just.
Yeah, but then people like me who are Cardinals fans, Broncos fans.
Hey, we got second in the NBA, Joe.
Dwayne Wade retired. Basketball's dead to me. I'm more of an NCAA fan. Like I like college basketball way more than pro basketball.
Basketball sucks, Joe.
As far as like watching, kinda. I don't really enjoy watching it.
I watch the playoffs. Gotta be honest.
I enjoy those are probably my 2 favorite sports to play and my 2 least favorite sports to watch.
Baseball, basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite sport to play is football, hands down. It's not even close.
I like hitting people. So that is true.
You hit people in basketball. Don't be lying.
You're not wrong.
Give a little shoulder.
My
No blood,
favorite
no
one.
foul.
My favorite one to watch is absolutely hockey. Hockey's so fun.
Go Heat. Also, Longhorns had a bye week, but still. Joe. You're talking about too. You need to calm down with that, bro. You need to calm down.
Final Red River rivalry of the Big 12.
Could you imagine if only one of the two teams went to the SEC? That'd be so weird then.
Oh my God, it would be awful. Every time I get ganged up on.
You're a big guy, Joe. You can handle it.
Boomer Sooner, baby.
So I guess the only thing we have left to talk about, there wasn't any NFL riggings this week, was there?
Oh, my dude. You should have seen. There are some plays with the Broncos Chiefs that I'm just like, So there was the Damari Mathis one where Mahomes was scrambling and he was like, he had already crossed the plane. And Damari Mathis, our corner, just goes straight up to the wide receiver, just hits the wide receiver instead of going for Patrick Mahomes. It's like blatant. Like wide receiver, Patty Mahomes. And Damari just goes and it's the wide receiver instead.
Well, that just sounds dumb. But here, Joe, just for you, Twan's got your back.
Yeah, Boomer Sooner, baby.
He's got your back. I guess so. We can make our picks for next week and finish up a very loaded show. Felt like very loaded. Let's get it. We got Jags Saints tomorrow night.
I've been debating this one the entire freaking show. Trevor
Lawrence looks like he's going to play, but he's definitely banged up, sprained knee. Should he rest? If we're talking based on how we were talking about Thursday night games, he absolutely should rest. But then he also gets 10 days off. So quick turnaround to 10 days off, or should he just have a full 2 weeks off?
I think he should take the rest. Just like front office mind, like
where was this with Joe Burrow?
I don't think the Jag season's necessarily over. I don't think their division is as good. Like I think they could still win their division if they rest him. If the Bengals rest Joe Burrow, I don't know that they can. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like that was my thought process there.
The Bengals have to play Burrow to be good.
Yeah. The Jags, like there's not really like elite teams in the AFC South.
Yeah,
so I think they can get by with a resting week and toss away game. I would rest him. I don't foresee him resting.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think he'll go out there. I think he'll give it his all, but that offense has struggled. I don't know what the issues are right now, but they don't look great.
Quick, who's their backup? Do you know? Oh God, I just looked it up. I just looked it up. It's CJ Beathard.
See, that's not. I feel like that wouldn't be bad to go against the Saints with.
Well, I mean, his last name is literally Beat Hard. So, I mean,
yeah.
One of two things could happen. You're either going to get beat hard or you're going to beat hard. Sounds like my Wednesday nights.
Whoa. I'm gonna go with the Saints because either T-Law doesn't play or T-Law is a little sore. I'm gonna take the Saints. I don't feel great about it, but
It is a 1 point difference. The Saints are favored. It's a 1 point spread. At least
yeah,
what last I saw. So it's a pick 'em.
I don't know.
So, my pick is based solely on whether or not Trevor Lawrence plays, and I think he will. I don't think he's going to rest. So I think the Jags are going to take it. I think the Saints defense is very good. It's the Saints offense that I have questions about. Like they have their moments.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I understand the spread 100%. Like if the Saints are on, then the Saints are on.
The Saints wide receivers are really good though and streaky too.
Yeah,
Like
and Derek Carr is also very streaky.
yeah, but I also like Kamara.
He hasn't looked great though since coming back.
He's looked passable.
He's like just he's got the name on the back of his jersey. But I also want to throw out last week you went 2-3.
I feel like I've been going 3-2 and 2-3 and 3-2 and 2-3.
Bringing your total to 17-13, which actually I think you went 4-1 1 week. Yeah, you went 4-1 in week 2, but other than that, you've basically gone 2-3. Oh, you went 4-1 in week 1 and week 2.
Jesus, I started off hot.
And then you went 2-3, 4-1, 4-1, 2-3, 3-2, 2-3. So yes, you're gonna go 4-1 this week. Gotta get that pronoia, which I learned was a word. It's like the opposite of paranoia. It's like you think positive things are gonna happen, so they do.
You've seen me as a Broncos fan. Does that describe me?
Yes. I went 3-2, which you were 1 game up. Now we are both tied at 17-13 through 6 weeks.
Ooh, first third of the season tied.
Yep, it's our first tie. Or it's our third tie. We've had 3 lead changes and 3 ties. And for picking 5 games a week, 17-13, not bad. It's about 500.
Yeah.
It's going to make the playoffs. And then we're right off the bat, leads changing tomorrow night. We both have opposite picks.
Yep.
Leads changing, which means we'll figure it out in the rest of the picks. So we got favorites, underdogs. The Cowboys are on a bye this week, so we're picking the Sunday night game instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Broncos game, just so everyone's on the same page. So I don't have to cover this week.
The Broncos play this week?
Yes, Joe, they do.
Oh, so give me the other team.
All right, we're taking the Packers over the Broncos. And I'm gonna, since the Cowboys are on a bye, I'm gonna put on my NFC North hat. And my NFC North hat says I don't like the Packers. So give me the Broncos.
Oh my God. You've seen what we've allowed rushing teams to do, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I
know.
All I'm saying is if Aaron Jones is healthy, start him in fantasy.
Fantasy tips. Fantasy tips. I like that. I like that, Joe. Way to
My God.
Way to help out the fans. Aaron Jones can have 1,000 yards. It's fine.
I'm just saying.
Risking it for the biscuit, bro. Risk it for the biscuit. All right. So you picked your Broncos. So
no, I picked the Packers.
thought I could catch you slipping, but no. Joe is all out on the Broncos. For the new listeners, he used to say, "Are the Broncos playing the Chargers or the Raiders?" And then he would only pick the Broncos if they were playing the Chargers or the Raiders. This year, it's everybody. Until, and I'm quoting here, they show some fire.
Yeah.
They got to show that that kneecap mentality, that dog mentality.
They gotta go snatch somebody's chain like Aqib Talib.
Aqib Talib should come coach the Broncos.
My God.
All right, so we got our favorites, we got our underdogs in the Sunday night game. Let's just go ahead and do the favorites.
Ooh, my favorite. All right. So for my favorite, we talked about them a little bit, and a absolute stud defense that they have. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns over the Indianapolis Colts. It's 3-point spread. I think that defense is really freaking good, man.
Have you seen the yardage totals?
No.
So through 6 weeks, they've allowed just over 1,000 yards. That's less than 250 a game. So which is wild. Also, the next closest is like 1,500, and that's the Ravens.
Yeah. That defense is insane. Yeah. Give me the Browns.
Dude, honestly, if this Browns team, I'm not predicting this. We can go a little bit when we get later in the season. If this Browns team can get decent seeding, maybe they don't have to win the North, but like get like the 5th seed or something like that, 5th or higher. We'll say 5th or higher, and they get a home game at some point, which obviously they'd have to win the division, but this this defense, what you need to win in the playoffs is a good pass rush, a good defense, and sometimes it doesn't matter who your quarterback is.
Yeah.
Like PJ Walker, DTR, who has looked hilarious when he's played. I know you had a little crush on him at the beginning of the year. He has looked so funny. He's not.
Yeah.
I mean, Deshaun Watson can get massages the rest of the year. This is a team you don't want to see in the playoffs with this defense.
Myles Garrett is a person you don't want to see, period.
No. As Trent Williams, Trent Williams did get banged up, but he's still one of the, like, Myles Garrett made him his son.
Yeah. I picked them to win the division.
You did. Which next week, I think we can revisit like our picks of the playoffs and see if we want to go back on any of them or.
Yeah, I like, obviously with Chubb out, I don't think they do that, but still, this defense, man, it's a problem.
Yeah, but could potentially. I'm not saying you're. It's a good pick. Could you see this being a letdown game?
I don't think that defense is capable of doing it. I think that defense could win this game by themselves.
Fair.
Like, Myles Garrett might get like two fumble recovery touchdowns.
Have you noticed something this year though? Have you, like, whenever a team is riding high, they've lost the next week, all season long. So obviously the Chiefs coming off the Super Bowl, riding high, they look like they have an easy schedule. They drop one at home to the Lions.
I think the only reason they lost to the Lions was because Kelsey was hurt.
And Chris Jones wasn't there, which I don't disagree. The Cowboys coming off the big win against the Patriots. Shoot, you could even say they did it twice. Coming off the big win against the Jets, lost to the Cardinals, big win against the Patriots, got smacked by the 49ers. 49ers coming off the big smacking of the Cowboys, lost to the Browns. Dolphins smacked the Broncos, lost to the Bills. Bills smacked the Dolphins, lost to the Jaguars. Like, it's happened. Like, it, so kind of weird. Could be a letdown, but I think you're right. The Browns take that one. My favorite in a bounce back game. I feel kind of bad picking this because it's a 7-point favorite, 7.5 point favorite, I believe.
Last I saw was 7.
I picked the Niners over the Vikings. Multiple reasons. Primetime, Kirk Cousins. The Vikings haven't been good. No Justin Jefferson. Addison's good. Hawkinson's good. The Niners defense is basically healthy. The Vikings have no run game, non-existent, and I, I don't know if Addison and Hawkinson is enough, and KJ Osborne, and so
Vikings have been really good run defense,
and
but I
McCaffrey's
don't know.
hurt.
I don't know that the run defense matters all that much against the Niners.
No,
Like they're just phenomenal at scheming.
I think this is another one that the defense could win this game for them. Like they
Yeah,
wouldn't have to, like the offense doesn't have to do anything.
yeah.
Which to tie in, because I know I picked a 7-point favorite. I picked a 7.5-point underdog.
Yep, that's the same thing I did. One of the
Tuan, we constantly rag on the Vikings.
hold. I don't really rag on them. You do. I mostly just rag on the Broncos.
Everyone can get the smoke. Give me in a weird NFC West. It seems like it always happens. Cardinals to beat the Seahawks.
Yeah.
The only so if this happens, two things would be good. The Cardinals beat somebody other than the Cowboys, and I get my upset pick. Which my upset picks, I think I am 1-5 on the season. But all of my upset picks, with the exception of the Bengals over what Bengals over the Cardinals, where Jamar Chase was just wide open. With the exception of that game, they've all been within one score, less than 8. So like they've all been right there. But yeah, give me the Cardinals over Seattle. I don't know what it is. The NFC West is weird. There's always a game like this, and I feel like the Cardinals are just good enough to win this a close game.
It's fair. You want to give me that? You want to give me the for my underdog, I'm taking the Lions over the Ravens. Don't get me wrong. I think the Ravens are a good team. I think Amon-Ra is really freaking good. And I don't know that there's anybody that can slow him down. He is too strong for any defensive back. He's too fast for any wide receiver, for any linebacker to cover him.
That's fair.
What Amon-Ra is, I adore Amon-Ra. Like Amon-Ra is probably my second favorite line of all time.
Yeah, Amon-Ra's an easy guy to like.
I adore him. But Lamar hasn't looked untouchable in this new scheme, and there was those, I think it was 3 straight like Hail Mary shots at the end of the game, and the corners covered it well. I think they have a lot of fight in them, and if I'm going to pick an underdog, I want somebody that has fight in them. So I'm gonna go with the Lions here.
I honestly I don't understand why they're the underdog. But it's a home game for Baltimore.
It's at Baltimore. It's a 3-point swing.
So it's literally home field advantage.
Yeah,
literally. I also want to throw this out there because I know Joe has tried to flirt with I'm a terrible Lions best friend because I never picked the Lions. We make these picks off camera before the show, and we try not to pick the same favorites and underdogs.
I asked you who are your favorites and underdogs.
Yeah, I know.
I asked you before I said mine because I would have gone a different route.
Joe, I know. I'm
the Lions' best friend.
No. Where's your Lions gear, Joe?
I bought a Lions jersey before you ever did.
Hey, Joe, I got something behind my camera here.
My Lions jersey is so old. It's an Ndamukong Suh, and it's for like an 8-year-old size person.
That probably still fits him. Was it for Spiky?
Yeah. No, Ethan.
Because you got one for Spiky too, right?
Spiky was Luke Kuechly.
Oh, you're right. Spider-Man.
Spiky wanted Luke Kuechly, and Ethan wanted the Ndamukong Suh.
Well, shout out Spider-Man. And E-Man.
Spider-Man.
Shout out both of them. Shout out to the little boys.
Dude, Ethan, like 5'2", right?
Wait,
Sophomore in high school. Yeah.
Let's go.
Sophomore in high school. 5'2", like $140. Kid box squats 350.
Let's go. So you can tell me he leads the team in tackles too.
He's got some power in him. If he was my height, I'd be worried.
You'd be buying a jersey that says his last name, not your last name. It'd be his last name.
Yeah.
Whew. Let's go, E-Man. Let's go. Yeah, anywho, so we got one more game to pick. We got Dolphins and Eagles, Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football, Dolphins, Eagles.
I feel like this could be a really good game, but I also don't think it is going to be a really good game. Name the defensive back to cover any of the Dolphins receivers. The only way this is a game is the Eagles pass rush, which is banged up.
This is fair, but also I know Vic Fangio's defense better than most. The ways to beat Vic Fangio's defense: a good tight end, Dallas Goedert. The blur
Just went
from my
to
finger.
paranormal activity right there.
Good tight end, Dallas Goedert. Good run after catch wide receiver, A.J. Brown. Good pass catching running back, Swift. And a running quarterback. And a solid offensive line. Like, these are the ways you beat them. Vic Fangio doesn't lose deep. It's why the Broncos beat the Chargers when we had Vic Fangio. Like, he doesn't allow you to beat him deep. That's not how the Eagles win games. I could very much see this going either way because the explosiveness of the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. I could see this being a, who was it? Was it Chiefs Rams regular season?
That 41-45 or whatever it was.
I could see that this week.
Yeah.
It could be freaking awesome.
Which naturally means it's going to be like a 13-17.
Probably. But I think the way each team matches up is very interesting. And when I go with that, I have to go with who I think can be the streakiest right now. So I have to go with the Dolphins. But I also could very much see a way that the Eagles just can't be stopped by this system. Because Vic runs a lot of cover 4, a lot of it.
So does Xavier Howard. Yeah. That's a throwback.
He runs a lot of cover 4, and the Eagles are built to beat that.
Yeah.
They are not the throw it deep team like the Josh Allen, the Patty Mahomes, the Justin Herbert. The Broncos have had, under Vic Fangio, had a lot of issues with Lamar Jackson. I could very much see it, but I'm going to go with the streak right now.
And to be fair, Joshy Allen did kind of torch that defense.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it going either way. It's going to come down to the Eagles pass rush. If they can get pressure on Tua, it could be a long night.
I still don't know if Connor Williams is back. If Connor Williams is still out, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
He's their center.
Yeah. Lane Johnson being out too for the Eagles, if he's not playing, could be a notable thing, because if you watch the game on Sunday, the Jets were all over Hurts. Like,
Bryce Huff is so good.
So he's actually leading the league in pressures in the last 2 years.
He's so good. Like, for somebody who's just not mentioned, he is awesome to watch.
I think he's not mentioned because he's on a terrible team, or what we know as a terrible team. So make a name for yourself, big boy. I'm also going to go the Dolphins. I think like this past week was a good week for Cowboys fans. You get the win. Eagles lose, Giants lose, Commanders lose, 49ers lose. That's a win all around. What would make a good bye week is if your rivals also lose and you end up with the same record in the loss column anyways, coming back before you play them.
Yeah.
Because Cowboys play the Eagles very soon. I think they come back from the bye, then they play the Eagles not next week, but the week after.
The problem for me, right, too, on another reason I kind of want to pick the Eagles is like I go based off season projections, and I know the Dolphins play the Chiefs, the Bills, each one more time. And I don't think they lose to the Bills twice, so I think they win that game. I don't think they only end the season with 2 losses. So I could see the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Bills being their 3 losses, right? That would very much make sense. My gut is saying pick the Eagles, but my brain is like, pick the streaky team. They're unguardable.
I honestly, if the Eagles win this game, I won't be shocked at all. But like, someone's got to win. I mean, ties happen, but ties usually are not 2 very good teams.
Yeah.
So I just want to. No, we are not doing this. I can't read that. Can you read that, Joe? Do you read that?
Yes, I can, but I can't read out loud. I
stutter.
Yeah.
All I see is the emojis with the hearts. That's all I see.
But yes, basically, it's my gut and my head are arguing on that. So
I honestly agree, because I think mine's the other way around. I think my heart thinks the Eagles can win, but my gut thinks the Dolphins will. Like, my heart wants the Eagles to lose. Maybe that's the way it is. My heart wants the Eagles to lose, but my gut says they can win.
Yeah, my gut says Eagles, but my head is like, nah, you bet on the streaky team. You bet on the team that has the cheat code.
Yeah.
So,
and naturally, since we both picked the Dolphins, that means the Eagles are going to win. So
probably.
Yeah. Because
I don't know. We're at 17-13.
Oh, well, since we both went Dolphins, there's a chance we're still tied. We can split tomorrow and split the Denver game, and we can still end up tied.
All I know is we can't both go undefeated this week.
We both cannot go undefeated this week. Unless there's 2 ties.
Then you're not undefeated.
We didn't lose.
Well, you didn't lose.
No. Yeah. So I hope everybody enjoyed the new breaking news thing and the new kind of format we tried out with the comments. Hopefully we'll do that every week. Just read the comments. Again, just so we're all on the same page.
Hear you over the music. It like cuts out your mic.
Is it bad now?
No. I couldn't hear you. over the music. It almost like your mic picked up the sound or something, maybe.
Potentially. Watch, we're gonna listen to this back. It's gonna be fine.
Probably.
It's just
I couldn't hear you speaking at all.
Okay, let's try that again. Available on YouTube, anywhere you get your podcast, Google, Spotify, Apple, all of those things. And again, we'll be back next week. Well, maybe not Wednesday because that's my birthday. We might have to reschedule. But we will definitely be back for sure. And any last words, Joe?
Asta. Boomer Sooner.
I'm cutting that out.